Hello, welcome to my Thursday afternoon Facebook Live. I'm Handmade by Julia Quinn. I'm on the Sunshine Coast. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I love card making and I love stamping. And I always come on every week to do a little video for you to share what I love with all my friends and hopefully followers and hopefully customers as well. And this week I'm sharing this card that we had recently in our masking class. I did a class about masking, and this is one of the cards featuring some of our new frosted forest decorative masks. And these masks are part of a bundle which includes the Frosted Forest stamp set, the Frosted Forest dies, and the Frosted Forest masks. They are one of our new online exclusive bundles. So this bunch of products is not available in the catalogue, but they are available on our online store. So you can find them easily on the online store. And the way to find them is when you go to my online store, so Shopping with Julia Quinn, there's on the left-hand side, near the top bar on the left-hand side, there's a bunch of choices, and one of them says online exclusives. So just click on that and it will bring up all of our online exclusives. There's also in that little section there a button that clicks on for kits and all sorts of other choices, but that's the way you find our online exclusives. Okay, so this card here is all about showing off the Frosted Forest, but it's also about showing off my new favourite paper, the Thoughtful Journey paper, and it's also a bit of a fun fold as well. This is a great way to use little bits of paper and make the most of that delicious paper. I found out the other day that actually this paper, the Thoughtful Journey paper, has been the best seller out of our catalogue. Out of all of the new products, colours, stamps, dies, this paper, the Thoughtful Journey paper, has been an absolute bestseller. Okay, let's put some of these things out of the way so we can get started. I've got my cardstock already cut out. Excuse me, I'm a little bit croaky today. I'm using Basic Beige for my stamping, so I'll put my two stamping pieces just over here. And this is Garden Green for my card base, which is exactly the size of your standard card base, okay? So it's just like a postcard type shape. And then I've got a little skinny bit for inside that is like a card, that opens like a tent fold, and that goes on the inside. So I'm going to pop my piece of designer series paper on this one, and this particular design could go either way. I think it's a really flexible design. You could use that for a water effect or for a sky effect. On this one, this card, I think I'll use it with the blue at the top to emulate sky, which means I need to turn over my two. Now which way? This way. So this one, I'll just put a little bit of seal all the way along there and pop that right on the edge there. I'm not pushing down so I don't stick it just yet. There we go, there's that one. And this one, a little bit of seal here, here, and then put that one right over on this edge. Welcome, welcome, welcome anyone who's joining me today. Drop a little message and say hi. Hopefully I'll see your message. Hello, Monica. Hello, Sharon. That's so wonderful. And what's even more exciting, you're here, is super exciting for me. But also what's more exciting is actually I saw your messages. It's like a miracle. Okay, so there's my card, basic card. Making the most of that Thoughtful Journey paper, and I've got two little skinny strips on either side, so that's a good way to save paper. Let's look at the stamping. This is the piece for inside, and this is the piece for the front of my card. Let me put this up here. Now I'm going to grab, now this stamp set has this lovely tree, and because I live in Australia, this is the tree I really, really love because it looks very gum tree-ish to me. But it's also got two great conifers as well. So I can see that this would be a really good stamp set for... Hi, Pamela. Thanks for watching. It's so lovely you could join me. These two would be really, really great for, excuse me, Christmas time too. Or, you know, I drive past lots of them on when we go to Brisbane as well. But I just love this tree. That's my favourite. So I'll just pop that one on a block. And then, ooh, make sure it's straight. I'm going to stamp it first with Early Espresso. Here we go. Ink up my stamp really well there. And just pop him, because I'm going to die cut this tree out here, so that's just going to go there. Okay. Oh, and while I've got my tree here, I'll also get a bit of scratch paper. I'm going to stamp it a couple of times for inside the card as well, maybe a little bit down there as well. Okay, so there's my tree all stamped, and then I'm going to stamp the little bird as well. I'll stamp one little bird for inside maybe, and then I'll stamp a couple of little birds on my scrap piece here. They will be cut out later on. Okay, that's the end of my Early Espresso. Now's the fun part. The total fun part is these decorative masks. Now, I showed you the 3 different trees in the stamp set. In the masks that coordinate with the stamp set, there's 2 lots of 3, so there's 6 masks altogether. These ones for the tall tree, my favourite tree, have on the top of them number 1 for the trunk, and then 2 different masks for the greenery, so 2 and 3. And these guys, the pine trees, they have 3 masks, but for the big one and the little one, and on the near their notch it says A, B and C, so you can't get confused about which tree is which for the masks, which is a really great idea. When whoever designed these really thought it through and did a great job. So the thing I love about masks, and I did a watercolour class this morning, and masks are so much quicker. So I've got my tree trunk on there, and I have to say these masks are really, really easy to line up. You don't even really have to think about it too hard. I'm using pecan pie and just adding my pecan pie onto my trunk there. There we go. There's one tree done. I love the multi-tonal quality you can get when you do masking. So I've got a dark bit and a light bit. Right here, while I've still got my tree trunk in my hand, I'll just do these 2 trees for inside my card. I love pecan pie. It's my new favourite, because it used to be, my favourite used to be soft suede. I think pecan pie is actually a prettier colour. If you think brown is pretty, pecan pie is prettier than soft suede was. Okay, there we go. There's my tree trunks all done. So next, I'll just close you up with my number 2 mask. I'm going to see how easy it is just to line it up. I don't even have to think about it too much. These little bits line up right over the top of the tree trunk, which makes it really easy. I'm using Old Olive because I'm going for a gum tree look, and Old Olive is a great colour for that. And adding lots of greenery there, and you can change over the dark and light. There we go. Oops, didn't do the other side. Oops. There we go. A little bit more for this side. There we go. There's the tree done on that side. Now down here, more Old Olive. And I'm trying to do it darker in some places and lighter in others, just to give it, there you go, there's that. Looks really cool. You don't even need the third mask actually to create that gorgeous layering. You can just do it with your blending brush. But then where would the fun be if we didn't use all of the tools in the kit? Okay. There we go. There's number 2 layer done, and that's our old olive. And the next layer is adding a little bit more shading to the leaves. Just making sure I've got it the right way around. Okay, and I'm using Mossy Meadow for that, but I'm going to do it quite light, I believe, because I like the other way, the other mask, you can just create interest just with light and dark. There we go. So I've just done it very lightly over the top of the tree there. And then this one, a little bit over that one, just for the shadows in amongst the branches and stuff. And then this one, last little tree bit, there we go, Dunsky. All done. So that's a quick way to colour in your tree, isn't it? All right, I can get you out of the way. Now I'm going to adhere the inside of my card in here. So that's the inside all done. I think the basic beige looks really good with these sort of earthy tones. So that's very simple for the inside. I am going to stamp a greeting on the front of my card. Birthday wishes makes it a really, really good card. But there are some thinking of you and how you strengthen my life. Thank you. And no beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart. There's plenty of times when you could use that sort of a greeting, isn't there? So I'm going to stamp directly onto my designer paper for my birthday greetings. So birthday wishes for a day as great as you are. And I'm doing this before I put my tree on so that I can see where the tree will go. So there we go. I've got my greeting done there. And last of all, we have to cut out our tree. And as with all good bundles, there are some dies that coordinate with the stamp set and the masks. Magical, magical things, dies, so no thinking required. And there's actually 2 bird dies, which is why I stamped out 2 birds. Now I am using my mini die cutting machine, but this piece of paper won't fit, so I'm just going to hack at it. Layer up my mini die cut and emboss machine with my number 1, number 2 cutting plate, my cardstock, die, my second number 2 cutting plate, and just wind that through. How's the temperature where you are? If you know me, you know I'm a bit of a cold frog. I've got my big puffer jacket on today. In my opinion, it is freezing, but I know it's colder. Oh, thank you, Monica. Yes, you do need this. Well, I never ever owned the Lovely as a Tree stamp set ever. And it was one of Stampin' Up's longest serving stamp sets in the history of Stampin' Up. And almost everybody owned it. And I never ever owned it. And I thought, well, why do I need a tree set? But I have just loved, as I said, my favourite is the gum trees type one. But I've just loved this. You know what I love about it actually is the masks that make it really easy to create colour. Yes, it's freezing here, My poor little Queensland soul is not coping with the temperature, but I know it's colder down south. I mean, there's a reason why I live in Queensland, is that because I couldn't hack the temperature that they experience in Melbourne. And Stanthorpe too, I have to say. It's freezing there as well. But blimey, we're really amping up the temperatures at the moment. Okay, on this one I need some mini dimensionals. And I've only got the black ones here. So a couple of black ones on the tree trunk. And a couple of little mini dimensionals under the bird's wings. And then, it is a very basic card really. This one. But sometimes you need basic cards, and sometimes making cards for the fellas we have. Holy moly, Monica, 4 degrees in Armidale. Oh, it's cold. How did they cope? There we go. Birthday wishes for a day as great as you are. And my 2 birds flying free of the tree. I think I did that greeting up a little bit. I would have liked my tree to be down further, but that's the way it has to be. So there you go. Frosted Forest. If you're looking for it, if you're my customer looking for it in the online store, just on the top right, what's that, left hand of your screen, you'll see a bunch of choices, and one of them says online exclusives. Click on that and you'll see the Frosted Forest stamp set and the Frosted Forest masks and the Frosted Forest dies that I've put somewhere and can't find. Here they are. And look at these dies actually. Now you have the outlines, which I have used. So there's the outlines for the 3 trees. 1, 2, 3 outlines. But there is also detail dies as well. So you could create your own tree with this very, very detailed die and the tree like that, as well as detailed dies for the little conifers, and then this detailed die of 3 trees and land, or horizon line type thing. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave me some comments and I'm sure to answer every question you have after the video today. And see you again next Thursday. Bye.